Okay, I don't know where the world has ended when it was okay to make slavery jokes. I don't know when slavery became a joke.
What are some struggles that you think that you face as a videographer, like in the industry?
I feel like at the beginning stages,
I don't think people know that Shay's a videographer on our pod.
Let's keep that quiet.
What? No, now I've got to make some noise.
Literally.
Make some noise. Girl, don't do that.
The podcast industry within the UK is very small. And there's only a small amount of podcasters in the UK that get recognition for being a podcast. In America now, that game is completely different.
Hello, hi, I'm Shanique.
Hey guys, I'm Shay.
I'm Emma.
And we are the Girls Collective podcast, if you don't know.
Hi.
How's everyone? How's our week been? Let's start off by rating our mental health and the past week.
Am I going first?
Go ahead.
Okay. I will say I'll give mental health a 7. I feel like it's been good last week.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was really busy, which maybe not really be in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So very long, tiring week, but yeah, I'll give it a 7. It's been alright. Just been working really.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what about you guys?
I will give my week a 6 out of 10 because, like Shay said, I feel like I've been very busy. Yeah, I've been very, very busy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry, I was daydreaming there, but I was saying what I was saying. Yeah, I feel like I've been so busy. I've been like locked in. But yeah, I feel like I haven't been really concentrating on my mental health.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10, like my whole week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would rate it an 8.
Okay.
I think
That's good.
bouncing off what Shay said, I've been busy this past week. I've been redecorating my room, so I haven't had much time to think myself into a pit, pretty much. And I've actually noticed a difference because when you have so much free time and you don't use your free time wisely, you literally can overthink yourself into oblivion. So I've noticed a difference in my mood, my mental health, from times when I am busy and when I'm not busy. It really does show. So yeah, since being busy this past week, it's definitely been an 8. I've been enjoying redecorating my room. It's like a whole new room, a whole new vibe, and I love that for me.
That's good.
They say that when you do decorate your room, it's like spiritually you're changing the aura and the mood and everything in your room. So it's good to do that once in a while. You know?
No, literally, I've just been sitting up on my bed looking around my room like, wow. It looks... No, I actually love it. But no, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
My week has been great so far. Okay, one question I have to ask you. Do you guys think that podcasts are on a downward spiral, are on a downfall?
A little bit.
Okay, why?
Because how can I say this? As a podcaster myself, you know,
Is fan on?
yeah, it's been on the whole time.
I hope we didn't hear it in there.
I hope not.
Drama.
Gonna hear it
I can't. It won't be this. It'll be from there.
from here.
Am I
Yeah.
turn it off, please?
I'm gonna be sweating now.
I'm just deep in all the things too late into the episode.
What if it's in
That's
But
what I'm thinking.
normally she does like the background thing because I think maybe we get background noise, so maybe we might not hear it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
'Cause I don't want to sweat, guys.
Okay,
Turn
Emma,
it back
sorry.
on.
That's true, because when we move away from the mic, sorry.
It should be alright, hopefully.
On God.
Just have to use the audio, whatever.
But yeah, sorry, continue your answer.
But I think it's going down a little bit because would I say it's going down a little bit? I would say for men it is. Men podcasts are going down more than female podcasts. I feel like within the industry, what I've seen, I feel like the men are going down, but the women are leveling up. Because you got podcasts like The Receipts, Pour Your Minds, love them. You've got what's her name? Madam Joyce. You've got To My Sisters. Who, Madam Joyce?
I don't know why. I don't think because her podcasts are like more interviewed.
I knew I was gonna say that. I think because it's more one-on-one, you'll say it's more interview. But yeah, I think she's definitely a podcaster.
Yeah. And you got like To My Sisters. I feel like the women's side are doing really well.
Okay. Fairs, yeah.
But I feel like when it comes to men, I feel like men don't really think before they speak. Not to say people don't think before they speak, but some of the things men say is outrageous.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are a bit arrogant to certain things. And not to say all men, some. But yeah, I feel like the men's side is going down a little bit. I don't feel like the female side is going. I feel like the female side is going up in the podcast industry. Yeah. What about you?
Before I heard your answer, I was going to say yeah, in general, for all podcasts. Simply because I don't think
it's a hard one, isn't it?
It's a hard one, but I don't know if they're getting as much attention as they used to. I feel like when we first started, they were more on the come up. There was a lot, like at the time there was the receipts, like there was Free Shots, there was
Receipts were the only women podcast when we first started.
Really, do you know what I mean? So they were really popping at the time. A lot more has come out since then, but of recent, it's been a lot of when you start charging, you like, you know what I mean? It's like you guys, we're here doing nothing basically. Like there needs to be a fee for mics, there needs to be this, there needs to be that, and there's just a lot of opinions that are mostly negative, and because of that, I think a lot of people don't listen to podcasts, will stop podcasting, and there won't be many to come in the future. So I don't know, I'm in between, and of course because one pod in particular has been receiving a lot of backlash, it makes me, and because they're on the upper scale, it makes me look at other podcasts, upcoming podcasts or podcasts on the same level. I don't know, guys. I'm really in the middle when it comes to this.
I feel like yeah. I feel like everyone's just dick riding with what everybody else is saying about podcasters. I feel like one person will say they need to charge for podcasts, and some people don't even listen to podcasts, and then they'll be like, yeah, they need to start doing fees on there. Yeah, they need to do this. Yeah, they need to start charging. Because if you knew that they charge, if you knew that people were paid, you wouldn't be opening your mouth chatting shit like that. You wouldn't be talking. So I'm about to be very vow. Let me even sit properly. I genuinely feel like that. I feel like when Shay was at house, you said something about a lot of men do chat shit. I feel like that's what podcasters are for. I feel like people paid to sit down to talk their shit, to talk what they need to talk to you, and they're not expecting the world to agree with them. It's their opinion at the end of the day. Especially if you listen to us, if you've been listening to us from time, you can tell the growth within our talk and how we sound and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like the reason why it's going down is because people are dick riding. I genuinely feel, and there's a lot of younger people that are dick riding. Like, if an older person is like, because what I've realized is the people that says they need to start charging on there, go on their, that keep saying that, go on their pages and watch them and like see what they're doing. And I also feel like is envy as well. In this society, I feel like when somebody is doing so well or somebody is trying to do so well, there's always people trying to say what you're doing doesn't even make sense. You need to quit what you're doing. It's just they're trying to shame people into stopping what they're doing. But on the other side, I hear when you lot are talking about the men because of these lot situation of what they're saying. I just feel like the men are really putting us down, aren't they? They're making us look bad. And that's once upon a time they were like
up there,
with the podcast. There was no women trending.
But I think the reason why we think this is because the podcast industry within the UK is very small. And there's only a small amount of podcasters in the UK that get recognition for being a podcast. In America now, that game is completely different. Like in America, they do tours, they have massive following, they go on live shows, they do so much in America. The podcast industry in America is completely different to how it's in the UK. So I feel like in the UK, if you don't have a big following and you're not popular, it's gonna be very hard. It'll take time for you to grow.
It's not just a podcast, you know, Shay. Sorry to cut you off. I think it's with everything in the industry.
Within the
if you don't chill with the
popular people,
it's the UK. I feel like the UK is literally a high school. It's like secondary school. Yeah, it's like if you're not chilling with the top dons, then you're not about to make it. I can't lie to you. I can literally think of a few podcasters that I don't feel like their content is that great, but just because they're around
other people
in the industry, it elevates their stuff. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Sort of thing. But I hate when you say the US. I feel like when it comes to content creator, the US just knows how to support and ride and die for their people, because their black community is their black community. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Fucking Fuad and them lot sitting down talking, laughing with a white man.
No, that's wild.
And we allow that shit to happen in the UK, so they thought it was okay to go and do it there as well.
That's crazy.
We allow that to happen. I was saying to my sister, we be saying, as black people, we be saying niggas in our song, and when we shouldn't be saying niggas in our song.
I don't like saying that.
And then when another white person comes to say nigga, we're all offended. Why are you offended? You're rapping it in your song, so don't be offended when the next white person says it. You've given them the excuse.
Yeah, but I feel like, because when I listen to podcasts, a lot of the podcasts I listen to are of America, and their stuff is really good. Like their conversations, the way they market their podcast in general is very different, and they have a lot of more radios and all this type of stuff to market their podcast. So I feel like
I have a question for you.
Oh,
go on.
But I feel like in the UK, it's like it's very small. It's very limited. Like there's only, like, even when you look on Word on the Curb, there's the same people that they keep posting on their platforms and their social media, because there's only like a small amount of content creators and stuff that they will put on their, like, every time I look at Word on the Curb, it's the same people. No offense, love the platform, but it's like it is the same people. Even though they do bring on new people who are popping and things like that. But if you look at the actual industry, if you look at like brands, like for example, the Fenty hair pop up, look at people that were there. Half of them are not even natural hair content creators, but they were in that space for what,
because of who they are.
Do you think maybe it's because they work? Some of them, would you say, because somebody would be like, but because they work hard to be there.
Oh, they definitely worked hard to be there. 100%.
That, but it's definitely who you know as well, because their managers or their agents or however it works is probably who got them in that space. Do you know what I mean? So I understand that point. It's
definitely a hierarchy thing in the UK.
Yeah.
And I've always said this. I feel like when it comes to the industry, like entertainment industry in the UK, is literally like, it's like you have to dick ride certain people in order to be in certain places, and it's like those people who are even there, they don't want anybody. Remember, I always say this: there's no space for everybody.
Yeah, we've said.
I'm gonna keep saying that there's space.
I think
there is space for.
It's been proven.
I feel like there's
on our own journey. It's been proven.
I feel like there is space for everybody. I feel like certain people say there's space for everybody. But do you want somebody to come and take over your space?
No,
there's not.
They never want you to do it as well as them or better than them. They only give you part of the recipe. They'll never give you the full thing, because they don't want you to ever do it better than them.
But I think is that
I've seen certain people.
I feel like that's the thing though. Like, if you have a mindset of like whatever's for you, like, God gives everyone a talent, and the talent that God gives you, no one else will be able to replace that. Even if that person copies you,
no one can replace
if they
you.
Copy your whole recipe, it will still come out the same.
Period.
Because God gave you that skill. Do you get what I mean? So, but I feel like even for us as podcasters, we know this is a long game for us. We know that we've been doing this for years, guys, and it's only like now it's picking up to the point where people are seeing us. You lot are watching us. You lot are commenting. You lot, we appreciate it so much, because we know that this is a long game.
Difficult,
it's a long game for us. So we know that we're gonna get there,
and we know we're doing it the legit way as well.
We're gonna get there. Like,
this will be as real as you will receive.
Yeah, like, we're gonna get there. But you got to ask me a question.
My question was, do you think you know me, I always forget my questions. Do you think, you know, the US podcast that you listen to, do you feel like they get like these kind of hate underneath the podcast? Because even regardless if the people are making good points on their podcast, there's always that one person that's like, they need to start. I feel like I just want to shake those people and be like, bro, people pay to sit in the studio and record. Studios are not free.
Yeah.
Studios are not for free. Like, they're not. If you're so, do you feel like Americans do get the type of hate that UK podcasters do?
I feel like they do get backlash, depending on the topic, but they do get backlash. But like, I feel like every podcast gets backlash depending on what you say, because not everyone's gonna agree on your opinion. So they do get backlash. But I feel like the way the America is, they're a bit more like, they're more direct, and they're more like, I don't know, but it's just different in America when it comes to
like, what's their approach?
Yeah, like,
compared to the UK, like, what's the difference? Because again, how are they getting on radios or interviews or shows. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do they get to those places?
Do you feel like they support each other a lot with the podcast industry?
I wouldn't really. I wouldn't say we wouldn't really know that, but like from
Because there's this.
Do you know what I think about the US? I feel like they are some serious hard workers. Because when we said this previously as well, when you think about even down to their healthcare system compared to ours, they have to pay for a lot of things. They have to pay for their treatment or certain freebies that we may get from our government. They may not get in the US. So they really have to start from the bottom. I'm not saying that we don't. We have our own hardships over here for sure that we have to overcome.
Yeah.
But for them, where they don't have certain privileges that we have in the UK, they really have to grind and make it work. So that's maybe why their success looks different to ours, or like how they get there, because maybe they don't take no as lightly or as hard as we do.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? They will keep going until they get to where they need to get to. For example, you can even you can use Cardi B as an example. Her fame may happened differently, but she started in Love and Hip Hop. We've seen her come up. We've seen her get rejected by that guy while she was in Love and Hip Hop. And then she made her way up from being a stripper to going to Love and Hip Hop to building her way up from the ground up. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just think that is why their grinds, their success may look different to ours, because just down to things like down to privileges. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I just see it as in like they're more of a community than we are.
It seems obviously people never know the ins and out because it's a different country. People don't really know the ins and out of how the industry works. But I just know that in the UK, you have to be popping, you have to be knowing people for you to have certain doors open, if you get what I mean. Because deep it, even though I don't talk about them, James and Fuad sold out the O2, bruv.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Even artists really do that. We've been to concerts where not all the seats are filled.
Yeah,
like that's. I just want to know,
like,
UK podcast. That's crazy,
that
and let's deep it. No one in the scene spoke about that.
Yeah, but they were not going to bring that up. I also want to know, were there a lot of black people or black women at that event?
Yeah, I wonder.
It seems so, because now that they've got all this backlash, a lot of black people have been stepping forward and having their opinion about them. So I think that's what I want to know. Support.
Because from when there's an episode where I heard, I think time ago, they were not talking great about black women. So I've always had a feeling. I've always had a feeling, and I've always just thought
I don't about know. them. I've never really watch their content other than TikTok clips, so I really couldn't even tell you. I don't know, but yeah, since they've been getting backlash, I'm assuming their listeners who are speaking now were black people, because boy,
I don't know I don't think everyone should be that mad at them.
No, I feel like you can be mad at them for no. Do
you know the reason why I'm saying that? Because you were not mad at them. People were not mad at them when they were talking rubbish about black people. But as soon as they go on a black platform, a white person's platform,
something to say.
Everyone wants to say something, and also the white person,
because now it's clearly in our face.
And you know that white man that they wanted to show you, everyone is saying that's what they get. That man needs to be cancelled.
They're not gonna cancel him
because I want to know when it became okay.
Sorry to cut you. He even had a black guy on the pod while they were doing a reaction video to James.
That's his people that he has podcasters. That's his podcast people. So he has an Asian person, and he also has a black person on his podcast where they do podcasts together. And they've sat down and thought it was okay. I don't know where the world has ended when it was okay to make slavery jokes. I don't know when slavery became a joke to us. Like, I don't understand. I don't know where that started.
But that man will still have a platform. That man will still get recognition.
This is what I'm saying.
Now you lot are cancelled. Do you think they're not going to make a comeback?
They're going to.
Bro, check their social media. They're still posting.
That video was ages ago. When I went
it was 2 months ago.
Hello. Like, they're going to keep
posting. Everything's come out. They're still posting on their platform. They haven't.
Like, they've apologized, keep it pushing type of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Regardless. The video was ages ago. When I looked at their most recent video, people are still reacting and laughing with them. So, like, of course it's going to...
But that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like people are that hurt as much as they think they are. Because if you bro,
it could just
they deleted 100 of the episodes. Imagine what the wild things that they've been saying in the episode.
Yeah, why would you delete evidence?
That's wild. That whoever their manager was like, delete that shit.
And they also, told the white guy to delete some of the stuff that they were saying on the episode, but he didn't tell them to delete the bit about race.
I think it's too late. The platform that you have, you are international, baby. Like, you can't escape certain things. Like, Diddy is not escaping shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, the internet doesn't forget anything. So, same with you. Like, with who you are and how many people know you, there's just certain things you can't escape. And people really don't forget because certain things are just coming out of the woodworks when it comes to social media all the time.
Legit.
So
That's crazy.
yeah. But what do you think? What are some struggles that you guys, like Shay, for example, what are some struggles that you think that you faced as a videographer, like in the industry?
I feel like at the beginning stages,
I don't think people know that Shay's a videographer on our pod.
Let's keep that quiet.
No, now I've got to make some noise.
Literally.
No.
Don't tell us to shush. Don't do
Keep
that.
that quiet.
Don't tell us to shush. You come in like fucking, what's that boy's name?
Don't be humble about it.
Literally.
Nah. No, I don't like talking about my craft. It's just because I'm trying to perfect my craft, so I don't like talking about it. Until I feel like I've perfected it,
No.
I'll talk about it. But for now,
Guys,
I
if you
do
don't know,
stuff.
Shay
I do
basically...
stuff.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what?
5 minutes here, 5 minutes for promo.
Yeah. Can I say as well? Yeah. I don't know why when it comes to our own craft, we're so humble about it. Like whether it's the beginning stages or not, talk about it. Let
I
people
think
know
it's
what
fine.
you're doing.
No, I will. Like,
It will
guys,
never be like you guys always say to me when I don't post. It will never be perfect. Just post.
It's true.
Yeah,
So
but
take
It's
advice.
actually true.
Get my ear. Take your own advice.
Not her using our own words against what she actually did.
nah, but like when I would, guys, I promise you, I'm gonna be more active about what I do. But
But can we just plug you quickly?
but for now, let's
Yeah,
talk
she's a
about Instagram.
videographer. She's a photographer. She also edits our pod.
So if you need anyone to take your pictures, to
Here
record
we
your
go
music videos,
Here we
Shay London, Shay Films on
Guys,
Instagram.
appreciate you.
Period.
she does her thing.
But I was gonna say, at the beginning stages, like the difficulty that I found is like you have to do a lot of free work, which I hate. And I feel like a lot of the times people don't take your craft serious unless it's like you're in a certain level. People don't really take your craft serious. A lot of
But I think
people
it's the
ask for free
UK
work.
though. I genuinely feel like it's a
lot
UK
of people-
thing.
I think it is because a lot of people that I know that travel outside the UK and do work as like a photographer or videographer, they say their experience is completely different
Wow.
and they get more recognition when they're outside of the UK. But I feel like in the UK, a lot of people expect free work. You have to do a lot of begging. You have to be really nice. You have to, in the industry that I want to get into and what I want to do, you have to know the right people and you have to know the right people. If you don't know the right people, you're not really gonna get. Not saying you're not gonna get far from your work, but you kind of have to beg it. You have to beg it. You have to start off by doing the free work, and that's the things that I find challenging because it's like, when is the money gonna come in? But